Buying a home can feel like navigating uncharted waters. Redfin agents can help. They'll answer your questions with honest advice so you know exactly what you're getting into. They'll also help you tour as many homes as you want and show you what it takes to make a winning offer. With a Redfin agent on your side, you can sail straight to your dream home. Local expertise from Redfin. That's real estate done right. Tour subject to property and agent availability. Virginia Office Falls Church, VA. 844-759-7732.
The only thing better than grinding all night for your side hustle is your roommate picking you up with Mickey D's breakfast. The perfect pickup deal.
There's a deal for every morning at McDonald's.
Right now, taste breakfast perfection when you get a warm and savory sausage McMuffin with egg for just $2.50. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
Hello. Welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name is Jason Newland. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. My website is jasonnewland.com, where you can stream free and download free all of my recordings. Every single episode of my podcasts are all on there. Yeah. Aren't you lucky? So welcome. Hope you're well. It is Thursday the 8th of April 2021. Yeah. I'm tired. Yesterday, yesterday I was going to do some kind of relaxation session, but as I have done in the past, I went off track a little bit, slightly. And I realised that my biggest distraction in life is me. The only thing that could distract me, the thing that can distract me the most is myself and my mind. I get very distracted. I'm a very focused person at times. But then I can be focused and distracted at the same time, because the focus changes. So I'm still very focused, but that focus can be quite flexible in what it pays attention to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Me. So I did a recording yesterday or the day before that was really good. I forget what it was. I think it was the Sleep Hypnosis Weekly number 73. Now, I can't remember what I said in it, but I do recall feeling that it was a very competent piece of work. So you may want to check it out. Yeah, I think it was like whilst I was doing it, and then afterwards thinking, yeah, that was quite good actually. I almost sounded like I knew what I was talking about. Of course, we all know I don't, but we forget that. We pretend. We have to pretend. but it sounded quite good, almost professional. Maybe semi. Yeah, maybe that's a better word for it. I didn't have a semi. I've semi-professional. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I was fairly pleased. And then yesterday I did a stress and pain relief podcast episode, and that had a few merits to it also, I think. And I can see myself producing more of these recordings. I suppose hypnosis would be a word, but my version, my style, and I use the word style very, very generously when I aim it at myself. My way of doing things, perhaps. But today I want to talk about adverts. I'm going to talk about adverts because I went online to listen, to read some reviews. Actually, no, I didn't. Well, I did, but I think I was searching for something by putting my name in to Google. And as Google does, when you put in a word, or it fills it in and put lots of different options. So you got Jason Newland relaxation, Jason Newland sleep hypnosis, all these things that I could have clicked on to search for. One of them, though, was Jason Newland reviews. So I thought, why not? Let's have a little look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you some stuff. It dawned on me that people are more likely to write a review if they don't like something, which I don't really understand that mentality, but I guess it's an internet thing. But I found some reviews, and I'm going to read you some not so nice reviews. So that's going to be, it's probably a bit of a weird thing, because I know that negative reviews can have an effect. But if you're listening to this and you already like what I do, then it's going to have no effect, because it's just a bunch of words. But a specific subject kept coming up, and that was the adverts. So before I go through the reviews, I'll just let you know I've actually set up a whole podcast. I'm paying for it, on what was it called? Let me have a look. SoundCloud, that's it. So SoundCloud, facebook.com/Jason Newland, all one word. That's my SoundCloud podcast. There's 1,037 tracks to listen to. I've basically uploaded a lot of the most recent podcasts that I've been doing over the last 3 years, and I've got up to number 300 and Let Me Bore You to Sleep ones. So there's still, and that's not even half the amount that I've done, but it's quite time consuming, so I will do a few more, maybe later today, tomorrow, whenever. So eventually it will be all up to date, but it's not quite up to date yet. But it is in playlists. So Sleep Hypnosis Weekly, that's all in playlists. It's nearly up to date. Relaxation, hypnosis for stress, anxiety and panic attacks. Again, that's no ads in brackets. That's nearly up to date. Deep Sleep Whisper with no ads, that's nearly up to date. The Let Me Bore You to Sleep, that's 300. You know what I mean? You get me? Can't really sit in the park and do a video of me talking about doing videos. So that's where I am with that, and I'm not asking for any suggestions for shortcuts, because I don't believe in shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in life. Shortcuts lead to I've seen so many people try and take shortcuts in the physical world. A couple, I remember one person, well, it was a place that I knew. Andre's dreaming. They got a man to build, or to basically set up. They had a floor. This is community thing, and they took over a floor above them, and they got someone that they knew, a friend, to do it all up, paint it and get it ready. And this person put in a boiler or something, a heating system, himself by hand. So they saved themselves probably a couple of £1,000 by getting him to do it. And I don't know, a week after it was set up, the heating system flooded. It wasn't set up properly. Flooded the entire building, causing probably £15,000 worth of damage, if not more. It doesn't, just like that's a shortcut. No such shortcuts. No such thing. As far as I'm concerned, I've seen it before. People buying stuff that don't work. People buying second-hand things that just break. I bought reconditioned laptops that just break. They you probably get the warranty period and then they break. They just stop working. There's a reason why they were reconditioned, because they stopped working, probably. There's a reason why quite often people will sell or give away a second-hand fridge or freezer or cooker or television or whatever. It's probably not working properly. Maybe not up to spec, Perhaps it cuts out every now and then. But let's not tell the person that's buying it, though, you know. I mean, I think it goes for even getting stuff for free. It's better to buy something new than to get something for free that doesn't work or that's going to break down. I moved in here. When I moved in here, I was given a washing machine. Wow, I forgot all about that. I was given a washing machine by one of the neighbours. Now, some people around here, they do give to receive. And I think yes, there's a lot of people, probably millions and millions around the world, that have that mentality where they will give. I don't want nothing for it. That's fine. And then the next day or whatever, can't believe I gave him that stuff and he didn't give me anything back in return for it. That's because you said you didn't want anything in return. No, but that's not how it works. He's supposed to give me something. But you said you didn't want anything in return. Yeah, but you could at least got me some beers. But I gave him all that stuff. You said that you didn't want anything in return. Yeah, but where I come from, you don't just take stuff. You offered it to him. He didn't ask you for it. You offered it to him. Yeah, well, you should have at least offered me something back in return. He asked you if you wanted anything in return. He said, what do you want for this? What can I give you for this? Do you want money for this? And you said, I don't want anything in return. Yeah, but it's you know, the least you can do is... Do we need to keep going over this again? How complicated really is it? You said you didn't want anything. But then that's the person that's going to give you something that doesn't work properly. Also, it's possibly someone that will give you something that doesn't even belong to them. You know, they'll borrow something off someone else, then they'll lend it to you, and they feel like they've done you a favour. When actually it's a person that's lent them the thing that's done that person the favour. That don't make sense. Yeah, it does. Okay. You lend me a fridge. You're doing me a favour by lending me a fridge. If I lend that fridge to a new neighbour while he's waiting for his new, his fridge to come through, so if I lend him that fridge for 2 weeks, I'm lending him your fridge. You're the one that's doing that person a favour because it's your fridge. Now, first of all, I should be asking you permission to lend that person the fridge because it's yours. Yeah. But I'm not doing someone else a favour if the thing doesn't belong to me. So it's like having the internet password to your neighbour's house. Your next door neighbour, you got the internet password. And then someone moves in next door to you, the other side, and you give that person the password to your other neighbour's internet broadband. It's not yours to give. You're not doing the favour. The person giving, indirectly, is the other neighbour. Does this sound quite realistic to you? I used to have a neighbour. He's not even a neighbour, he's a friend of a neighbour. He doesn't even live in this road. And he would come here, even blatantly told me. He came here and he'd sit in the kitchen and he would download hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of stuff using my broadband. Because somehow he got hold of the password. I did not give him the password. So probably someone did him a favour and was really kind to him by giving him my password to my broadband. Because he was being sharing and doing him a favour. No, I'm the one doing the favour because I'm the one paying for the broadband. And I'm the one that couldn't get a discount on my broadband because of how much usage I've had. And I couldn't figure out how come I was using so much. Didn't realise the entire town was using my broadband. There were people in China that were using my broadband, and that's a lie. I might have got distracted. I just realised I might have got a little bit distracted. To me, if I give someone something, that's it. I don't want anything in return. I'm not expecting anything in return. I mean, the amount of people that over the years knocked on my door asking for stuff. Some just blatantly asking. I mean, there's this person that borrowed money off me. Like, when I first moved in, didn't know that he was dodgy, untrustworthy, a liar, whatever. And he didn't pay me the money back. Took me for a complete mug, absolutely. But anyway, he still asks to borrow money, and he takes exception to the fact that I say no. Three times last week, he asked me to borrow money. One time he even knocked on my door, and he did an old trick of his where it was almost as if we'd already discussed and agreed it previously. Knocked on the door. Yeah, I'm here just to get that money, that £20. What? Yeah, have you got £20? Not, can I borrow £20, please? No made up excuse. Because he used to, in the past, my uncle's in the hospital because his ears fell off and he had to be taken to the other side of the country to a specialist ear falling off hospital. And I need to get to him because he's 400 miles away and I'm going to have to stay in a hotel and the train journey is going to be a lot, so I have to get a plane across the country because I can't afford the train, but the plane's going to cost lots of money and I have to stay in a hotel, and I'm really worried about his ears because I used to do a magic trick where I used to pull a coin from behind his ears, And I don't know what I'll do now, because if he hasn't got any ears, I won't be able to do that trick. And I'll feel really sad. And all I want to do is visit him and give him a cuddle. That's what I want. Like, okay. Well, what can I do? Well, can I borrow £20, please? What? So for £20, you're going to fly to the other side of the country. You're going to stay in a hotel. It's just, it's like, come on. Once he sent up somebody. I found out afterwards. He sent someone up who had this bloke was another friend of a friend. Got lots of lovely friends. He knocked on my door and he says, says you can help me. I need to get to the hospital. Now, I knew that he was a bit unwell and he did need to. This was New Year's Day, I think it was. And, no, not you. It was a different time, yeah. I said, well, what do you need? He said, I need £10. It doesn't cost £10 to get to the hospital on a bus. But I gave him £10. And then a few days later, he told me, oh yeah, that was for him. I owed him £10 and he made me come and get it from you. That same person, the one that borrowed the £10, I didn't get that money back. He knocked on my door New Year's Day, about 2 years ago, saying, I'm stuck here, I've got no way to get home, I don't know what to do, I need some money. Sorry mate, got nothing. Bye. I didn't have any money, but the fact is, if you borrow money and you don't pay it back, and you avoid the person, then when they come back for more money, they don't get any. And it's just, normally that's how it works, normally. But some people are so, I don't know, I don't think it's dim, or I think it's that they think that I'm dim, I think maybe. But it turned out that there was people downstairs, and there was a group of them, and they were basically taking turns to come and ask me for money. And one of them came up and said, yeah, sorry, I hate to ask you, but it was my turn. Your turn. Now at the time, I was here with, a Saturday night, I was here with a girlfriend, and I found it funny, I don't know why. And I think she gave him £20. But for some reason, I think I was so grateful, perhaps, to have this flat, to have somewhere to live, that I went out of my way to meet the people that lived there, went out of my way to be friendly, which is something that I've never done before and will never do again. I add that. I will speak to anyone that lives in a place. I'll say hello to anyone, but I'm not going to get personally involved with any neighbours in the future. So anyone that moves in here, I'll speak to them and have a chat, I'll walk to the garage with them, whatever. But I'm not going to be getting involved in their personal life. And it won't happen again. I don't need that. Some people need it. Some people need that almost anything just to have a friend. And I don't feel that way, because friends aren't really that important to me. People come and go. I can make friends quite easily. It's not really a huge struggle for me. I tend to get on with people, generally. So people come, people go. And I discovered that as a child, and maybe it's not that healthy, but I don't get attached to people. The only person I'm attached to is Andre. That's it. In the whole world, Andre is my only attachment. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't miss people. It doesn't mean that I don't care. But as far as an emotional attachment, Andre is my little boy. And, if he needed a new kidney, I would give him my kidney if I could. That's, obviously my kidney. I don't think there's enough room up his bum for my kidney, but however they put them in, transplant them. But he, but I don't have that feeling really. I did with the lady. Her name was Paige. This lady that worked in a place that, and I really fell in love with her years ago. And I used to think that that's someone that I would do anything for, even though she didn't really like me. And that's unhealthy as well. I think, why would I fall in love with someone that doesn't... Obviously, I don't really know her. But how am I able to have even fantasies, like emotional, romantic fantasies about someone that clearly doesn't even like me? It was a mixture between not liking me and not even acknowledging my existence. It was, a thin line there somewhere. Yet, whenever I was near her, I just felt something. And when I say near her, I don't mean hiding outside her bedroom in a tree. That rarely happened. No, I mean it really happened. No, rarely. No, it didn't ever, never happen. Oh, come on, me climbing a tree. If I climbed a tree, right, the fire service would be called to rescue the tree. Okay. I think that's a funny joke. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure what my point is. If there is a point, there usually isn't. But I don't mind. I really don't mind. Oh. Now this is weird. Okay. I don't understand this. I started this recording, I'm sure I started at it was like 5:20. Now it's 6:20, and I'm only 33 minutes in. That's weird. I don't understand that. What was I doing before? I mean, I went to look at something, these reviews, but so like going to a different page, but I don't think that stops the recording. It's all weird that, so I'm looking at these adverts again. Usually people use ads to boost their product. Well, the adverts are there for that, but it's not for me to boost my product. I don't really have a product, do I? Ads. This podcast is useless with the ads. Don't talk about how buff you are. This is a very old one, this is. This is from RMVRGF. So that's obviously, it's just basically spam. Or not spam, trolling. I'm not convinced, Jason, you lull me to sleep, but you don't trick my brain. I think that's kind of a bit of a humorous one. Don't talk about how buff you are. I hope it's humorous, either that or that person's a complete idiot. Because not once have I seriously said that I'm buff. And to be fair, anyone who uses a word like buff is probably a kid. So, but if it's jokey, then good on you. I love it. But if it was a serious comment, I'm really, absolutely ridiculous. Oh, someone's actually a nice one here. Linny Lou 2. Thank you. This podcast has really helped me sleep. Thank you so much. That's lovely, isn't it? Also, the ads were just recently removed, which helps a lot. You're going to be in for a surprise. Helpful to sleep, only one complaint. Here we go. This is an old one as well, so these are from quite a while, but it just shows you the internet likes to hold on to negativity. Loves to hold on to that stuff for some reason. I listen to him almost every night to fall asleep. His voice is very soothing, and it works almost every time to get me to sleep. Great find. Only problem is, I feel like I have to skip over a third of the... because you can hear birds in the background. Birds wake me up at 4:30 in the morning. They don't help me sleep. If he got those birds out of the background, it would be perfect. Give him a try though. I think you'll be pleased. Probably not going to do that after that message, do they? I don't think anyone's going to read that and think, oh, yeah, I think I'll give him a try. They're probably just going to think I'm rubbish. Now, normally, I don't like agreeing with people that are negative, but some of the recordings in the past did have too much bird background because I was making recordings early in the morning, because nighttime is the quietest, almost the only time that I could make recordings without council folk swearing and shouting at each other in the gardens or even in their own homes. Every third word is effing this, and I can't believe that I said effing. Now they can't all be thick. I know people with possibly even better vocabulary, like that use really, that know words or use words that I don't really use, and they still swear. It's laziness, I think. Very, very lazy. I swear though, but not as much as I used to. But I think some people keep the novelty factor going with swearing. When you get a 10-year-old or 11-year-old or a teenager and they've just learnt to swear, and every other word is F and S and C and because it's almost they're getting off by saying it. It's new. It's a new adventure. It's almost it's akin to seeing your first naked torso. It's like, oh, poo and damn and oh, you twit. Things like really hard, strong swear words like that. So, the background sounds is one of the main reasons why I got the new microphone, so that there's less in the way of background sounds in any of my recordings now. Not completely gone, and there's still work to do on the sound, but compared to what it was, it's a heck of a lot better. The next one's loud advertising. I love this